You'll notice down on the left hand side of the screen that this is V1.04, so this is the latest patch that we're running. I'm going to continue with my
This bard's
existing game.
tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Yeah, so we're going to dive into my save game because I've found what I think is basically a game-breaking bug. I'm only a few hours in. I don't know if there's any way of actually showing you how far in I am, aside from aside from showing you how little of the game I've actually looked for. So there's your main quest, Lilac and Gooseberries, of which I've done some parts. Secondary quests, Missing in Action, and Collect them all. This is the Witcher contracts that I'm currently involved in. This is the Devil by the Well. I've got a treasure hunt here which I haven't started, and then completed we have just those few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't realise that was suggested level 6, and I'm only level 2, so that's actually the best indication. I'm level 2, approaching level 3. So, this game-breaking bug. I think actually if we have a look at... will this tell us what we've got? Yeah, so here's the list of objectives. So we've done pretty much everything on the list. So asking about the contract, doing all the Witcher senses, getting the body from the well, evidence of the spirit's presence using the Witcher senses, read the entry about Numes in the bestiary, find out what binds the Noon Wraith, go to the well and look for something that belonged to the dead woman using the Witcher senses. Obviously, spoilers guys, by the way, this is going to spoil this mission for you. And defeat the Noon Wraith. Done all of that. Now, did a little bit of research on this bug. This is another thing now. It seems to, every time I restart the game, it has forgotten my settings. So, there's no way out of this well that I know of, at least, other than going through this really annoying swimming section. Swimming control in this game is pretty annoying. You have to push forwards on the stick to continue swimming, and that always sends you down, which means you end up kind of scraping on the bottom a bit, which can result in you having a few issues when it comes to uneven surfaces along the bottom, but we're doing okay so far. So this will take us down a little corridor and into a small lake or lagoon, and we can just resurface from here and go back to where we were before, by the well. So I actually hope that this video fails to show this bug. I've done this 4 or 5 times now, and it's exactly the same every time. It may be that this video gets cut off because I'm not sure how PS4 sharing behaves when you go into an infinite loading loop. If that is what is likely going to happen. So, as far as I can see, if we go to our world map, there's no marker, so I can find my current position. Okay, my mission marker is in there. Open the region map. I don't see any other yellow marker to tell me that I need to be in a different place. I'm just here. And in fact there is no yellow marker even at my current position, so my assumption is I'm in the right place and I just need to finish up this this mission, basically. But you're never really sure how, so we'll go to our Witcher Sense. And as you can see,
bloodstains,
examine that.
almost faded, but the line's taut. Something's not right.
Yes, we know about this because there's a body down there. We saw this, seen this already. It's how I got the clue to get the item to go down. If we examine this now, this is actually, let me wait before I do that, because that is actually what kicks off the bug. So I'm going to examine this skeleton, and if it plays out like it's played out the last few times, the game will go into an infinite loading loop, and we'll be stuck. So what I'll do is peace.
Small jaw, a woman, around 30, judging by the teeth.
Now he shouldn't be saying this at this point because he's already said this before.
Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place.
I've already found the object.
Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off.
Yes, we know this. We've already retrieved it from the well. There's your loading screen. And we'll give this a couple of minutes just to show that this is actually an infinite loading loop. I must say I'm more disappointed than pissed off. But given all the hype, this kind of sucks, really. You know, you've barely scratched the surface of this game, and you're already, in effect, cannot complete it. There is no way to do this game 100% now. I either have to leave this quest and go off and do something else, or just accept the fact that I'm never gonna complete it. Now, yeah, it's perfectly correct to argue that I probably wouldn't complete it anyway, but that's entirely beside the point. You know, I've decided to take on this quest, and can't finish it because the game has a bug. Obviously, I have gone to CD Projekt Red, tweeted them twice, just to kind of let them know, hey, I found a bug. Have you heard of it? Just told them it was an infinite loading loop at the Noon Wraith. No response. I then asked them where I could post a bug report. No response. So I eventually dug up the forums in the CD Projekt Red's website, submitted a bug there, a report rather in the PS4 tech support area, and had no response. It's early days yet. It's been less than 48 hours since I did all of those things, so we'll see how it goes. Whether they get back to me or not, we'll just have to wait and see. Until that point, I'm not really interested in playing the game. If they come back to me and say I have to delete my save data and start again, I don't know. At that point, I have to decide whether it's actually worth persevering with a game that has potentially more of these issues. And you know, if this happened to you when you were 60 hours in, it would be unbearably frustrating, I think. I suppose I should consider myself lucky that I found it early on. But if it can't get fixed without starting again from scratch, I don't know that I'm actually interested in continuing. Just on the off chance that, you know, there's a couple of dozen of these things spread out throughout this massive world. The last thing I want to do is come up against another one of them. So I think I've you know, chatted long enough about how crap the situation is. I think it's fair to say up to this point I was really enjoying the game. It is very pretty. It's not without its issues, but it is very, very pretty. Reasonably well put together, I think, for an RPG of this scale. It's just such a shame that it's come to such a crashing early end. So without further ado, I will halt this video here. Fortunately, I will hope be able to export it from Twitch and get it over to CD Projekt Red and see what they say about it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna stop this video. I may stream a little kind of a little actual gameplay from something else a little later on. I'm going to take a quick break now and get this export to CD Projekt Red. Hopefully it can help them sort out the issue. So even if it doesn't fix the game for me, you know, maybe someone will benefit from it. So for now, I'll catch you in a bit.